Good morning. Hopefully this is coming through. I've got my Bluetooth headphones on. So just wanted to share, I'm going to attempt this new routine of morning workout. I was going to go live on YouTube since it's a fairly new account. Apparently you have to be eligible to be live, so I'm not special enough yet. So I wanted to talk about, creating new routines and a little bit of a realization that I've had lately. And, I'm looking for cars. I'm told, throughout my life, set goals and, write stuff down, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's all, hokey pokey, whatever. I don't need to write stuff down. It's in my head. I'm not going to forget it. Well, I've been preparing to start this podcast for, 2 years this month is what it is. And I had some personal things come up. I'll explain. It's not really anything bad. It was a roadblock for the podcast. I thought it was going to be a benefit, but whatever. I guess that's what, well, I'm not going to go down that rabbit trail. Anyways, what I wanted to point out is that it wasn't until I made this a priority, I actually started writing stuff down of what I wanted to do and what I wanted to happen, that I actually got some traction started. And I'm sorry if you can hear me breathing. I'm on the walk, whatnot. And it's a little after 8 o'clock and it's already freaking warm. That's welcome to Houston, Texas. The same with exercise, I guess. I've never been one to be real physically active, and it's one of those things. It's just getting out there and doing it. I've always been somewhat strong. Morning. Somebody passing me. So, but I never played sports. Not really. I played baseball when I was young, but I attempted football, even though the coaches wanted me because of my size. I just, it wasn't my thing. I did tryouts, and wasn't my thing. I enjoyed baseball, still kind of enjoy baseball, but still, it's like, I don't want to chase after a ball. So anyways, at my highest point, and definitely not proud of it, I was at almost 400 pounds, and I kind of finally hit it wasn't a enough is enough type scenario. What it was is I had found this idea of intermittent fasting. So basically, you're not really limiting yourself unless you just want to go hardcore with it. And then you start into like macronutrients and different things like that. But that's a whole nother topic. But basically, the gist of it is you go 12 to 14 hours. There's some different plans out there. And as I was looking into it, it was like, yeah, okay, I can do this. And of course, it requires drinking tons of water. And of course, then you feel like you're pissing your body away. But anyways, so I had started doing that, and my body actually just started shedding weight. It was kind of incredible. I did plateau a couple of times. I think that just happens because, your body is, a little bit in freak out mode, but then I think things actually get stopped up without being too vivid there. Anyways, I had dropped a total of 100 pounds, and then a couple years ago I actually got it in my head that I've always enjoyed walking and hiking and whatnot. I learned that from Boy Scout days when I was younger. And like I said earlier, I'm not real, I'm not gonna say never. I'm just not hardcore. Like, I enjoy the walking, I enjoy getting the blood flowing, but anyways, so I got in my head a couple years ago that I wanted to go hiking. So I started researching some state parks, and I know I wanted to do something not like real intense, but something long enough that if I got midway through, like, I would have to push through it no matter what. Either that or I was passing out and the rescue crew was coming to get me. But anyways, so I picked Pedernales State Park that's here in Texas. It's west of Austin. It's an absolutely beautiful park. But I picked this trail, and depending on exactly which path it was anywhere from 5 to 5.5 miles. I think I wanted to do the 5.5 mile, but then I wound up not noticing the turn when I needed to, so I just continued around. But I wound up doing 6 miles total. So the actual Pedernales Falls, there's a little bit of hike to get to that. I did a 5-mile hike around the one particular trail, and then I did a little bit more after that because there was something else I wanted to go see while I was in the park. Excuse me. And when I was doing that 5-mile hike, yeah, it was freaking hard. But what I proved to myself was, a lot of the stuff that we can't do, or that say we can't do, is all in our heads. And of course, I'm realizing even more now, trying to get this podcast off the ground. There's so much in my head that I want to say. I have a hard time knowing where to start. And of course, that's where writing stuff down has come in handy. Or not, handy's not even a word there. It's, for myself, is almost necessary. I couldn't focus on just one area and continue talking about that one thing. Just like recording myself right now. My brain goes so many places that I'll jump to something. Squirrel. If you remember, if you've ever watched I Am Doug, like, that's me. There's so much in my brain that I think about that, like, I will rabbit trail very hard. And I understand that's part of an excuse of not doing something, but it's also something that I've had to realize and then figure out a way to work around it. And the more I do this, I know I'll get more comfortable doing it. And, even recording this show, or not show, but recording this video right here, 2 years ago, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. A lot of people don't like hearing their own voice, and it's something I've had to get used to. Part of it was actually putting the headphones on, not these. I have my studio headphones, and like hearing myself talk, and not even just, it wasn't even just listening on the playback. It was, when you're in the studio and you have a proper setup, like you have your mic and you have your headphones and you hear yourself while you're talking. It's not like carrying on a conversation, with somebody else. You're kind of focused on what you're saying to them, to where when you're just talking to yourself and hearing yourself talk, you actually, I guess your brain tends to focus in on the sound of your voice. And of course, a lot of people say they don't like the sound of their voice. And I actually heard a good podcast the other day about that. And some of the most successful people out there, they have the exact same issue. And I'm not going to name any names right now. For mine, I can't think of them. I mean, you get the popular ones that come to mind. But, if you were to just sit there and listen to them in conversation, it's like, they can't do a podcast. It's like they don't have a radio voice, But it's just one of those hurdles that have to get over. It's a mindset thing. Little duck. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Slow duck. There's tons of ducks out here. So, anyways. And here I go. See ya. It's like I derail. A duck derailed me. Squirrel. So, for the moment, that's all I really wanted to share. I hear it so often, get out of your comfort zone. Well, eventually you get comfortable being out of your comfort zone. So then you're in another comfort zone. Well, is that new comfort zone, is that actually limiting you yet again? And for myself, it was. I've made some changes in my life and starting new things, and actually had gotten comfortable where I was at. So anyways, just kind of enjoying the walk. Bunch of dragonflies flying around. I guess this is my next, we're kind of meant to be outside. Excuse me. I myself, I enjoy being outside, but I don't do it. And, no, you don't know. And that's another thing that, a lot of people have hiccups on, is saying, and no, you don't know. You have not necessarily walked that path to be able to know. But anyways, yeah, getting back to nature, it's good to be outside and, getting the getting the blood flowing, you know, getting the body moving, you know, loosen up those joints. And, you know, I am nowhere near being any fitness expert or anything, but, you know, I do know that, you know, I will feel better after this. You know, get home, take a good shower, and then I plan to, not plan, I will start recording, and, you know, maybe this is one of the things that it takes to get my brain focused, is getting that, well, that sounds good. Work truck with a hot rod motor. That's kind of awesome. Anyways, so, you know, this podcast is going to be a journey for myself, for sure. You know, I do have all this stuff in my head, but at the same time, I'm not going to suggest something for somebody else to do that I wouldn't necessarily do myself, you know. Does that mean, you know, going to kickboxing class at some point? Yeah, probably. I wouldn't mind it. I don't know if I'd keep doing it, but just for the experience of doing it, you know, I've always said I wanted to skydive one day, so, you know, maybe that becomes a challenge one day. And of course, I know some people are just absolutely terrified to the point that they want to get on the plane, and that's perfectly fine. Like, I'm not asking you to, you know, put your life on the, or put your, yeah, I'm not asking you to put your life on the line. Another squirrel moment. I'm passing this house, and the grass is all grown up, like it's been abandoned. So anyways, yeah, I don't want to stay in this neighborhood. It's not bad, but, you know, I want to be somewhere else. You know, I like to say that I'm exactly where I needed to be for the time. It's quiet where I'm at. Got the nice park, and they just recently finished this walking sidewalk that I'm on. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to extend the camera out and kind of see. It's pretty nice here, but it's in a part of town. It's not a bad part of town by no means, but, you know, like I said, I just want to be somewhere else. I do have plans in the works for other things. You know, I can podcast anywhere. I can do videos anywhere. And literally a squirrel. But there's, you know, a couple of businesses, one I'm currently working on, that I want to be able to grow and expand one day, but it's not going to do it right here. You know, for one, it's not where I want to be, and I actually have some support from the community that, you know, 2 potential locations that I'm looking at expanding the business one day. So, you know, and talking about that, you know, having that support system behind you is vital. You know, some people are go-getters, but then, you know, they still have their moments to where, and maybe I can imagine that they would still have their moments where, you know, they will go into bouts of being depressed or so. Is that truck? Yeah, that's that truck. I don't know if you'll see it pass. It's a work truck. And chromed out motor in it. It's kind of cool. So anyways, see, I done lost my track. But yeah, talking about excuse me, getting that crap out of my throat. No, I'm not sick. It just happens. Get junk in my throat during the sleep. It just comes up there in the morning. Anyways, too much information. So, you know, in the points of development in my life, you know, it's always been key to have a support system. And, you know, maybe that's not your current friends. You know, for me it was, you know, may not exactly agreed with what I was doing, but, you know, they're still my friends to this day, and, you know, I appreciate them for that. You know, I can call them up anytime, and, you know, we can shoot the shit, you know, for, you know, sorry for language, but, you know, just like we had, nothing ever happened. You know, we can go a month without talking and just pick right up where we were at. And, you know, that's one of the signs of a great friendship is, you know, there is no hard feelings. You accept each other for where you're at. And, you know, depending on the level of relationship, you help each other grow. So, I was listening to an interview with Elon Musk, and you think somebody like Elon Musk, you know, he seems to have it all together, but, you know, he grew up the weird kid. You know, he's the nerd that grew up to run the world. You know, the one that gets picked on in school, you know, because he's a little different. And, you know, he always thought different, even as a child, and, you know, came out in his personality. And one of the things, one of his hang-ups is he can't be alone. You know, and he even admitted that, you know, he's afraid to be by himself. And I'm not saying, you know, alone in a room, like, but without companionship, you know. So when you look at somebody like Elon, you know, like I said, he seems to have it all together. You know, he's one of the richest men in the world right now, and if not the richest. I know him and Bezos are right there together. But anyways, he still has his own hang-ups. So if someone like that can have hang-ups, you shouldn't let your hang-ups be what stops you from doing something else or starting new routine of walking. You know, no, you don't know. And see, I covered that a while ago. It's one of those things that just in conversation we use it to fill time or fill the empty. And you know, I've had people tell me, you know, hey, get out and go to exercise. Mom being one, love you, Mom. But you know, morning. Yeah, somebody else passing. You know, a lot of people out here exercising, you know, getting that blood flowing. Anyways, like I said earlier, I think, or not think, but maybe this little exercise routine, just walking around. I'm not doing anything super strenuous, just getting body moving, getting blood flowing, will actually help me get past my hurdle of, you know, not being able to press that record button. And, you know, I had to press record to do this video, and I'm running at 25 minutes right now. And, you know, whether you actually listen all the way through, watch it, whatever, you know, I appreciate it if you do. But, you know, for myself, you know, this is a building process, and, you know, I'm just saying that, you know, this video is really for me, and, you know, if you get some out of it, you know, that's great. Like, I want to be here to help and support. You know, I talk about the support, and, you know, if me sharing myself, you know, if that helps you, you know, that's what I'm here to do. And of course, if I keep doing this, oh, that's a cool looking beetle. Yeah, squirrel. Okay, keep going, Sean. So that's what I do. I am Doug, from the dog. I think his name was, yeah, I think his name was Doug. It's been a little while since I watched it, but, you know, that's one of the little things I do if I get sidetracked, you know, squirrel. So, you know, if me sharing myself and my journey, you know, if that helps you, and that's what I'm here to do, you know, getting out of my comfort zone, and if getting out of my comfort zone, you know, helps you to do the same, you know, that's one of the things that I'm doing this for, is I see so many men out there, you know, hurting, struggling, whatever, that, you know, there is no real direction in society of, you know, what do I do next, you know. So anyways, I'm coming up to a pretty busy street. I know it's going to get loud, but unless I just turn around, that's the quickest way back to my home. So I don't have any words of wisdom right now. No, you know, catchy phrase, you know, catch you on the flip side or whatever. But, you know, if you watch this entirety, you know, I really appreciate it. I do have a lot more on my plate. I've been planning it out, and I think I have at least 2 years of content, or potential content. And, you know, I want to hit those high points right off the bat, or at least I don't want to say high points, but I want to hit some critical things right off the bat, get it out of the way, and, you know, help those men that, you know, might be struggling with that particular thing at the moment. And then there's some other things that will come, you know, as I build into it. And if you are still watching, then go ahead and shoot me a message. You know, let me know what you're struggling with, and, you know, if you do send me a message here, I will address it as soon as possible. It'll likely be somewhat, I'm coming on a busy street, so I'm sorry if it's getting loud. But it'll likely be somewhat of a first come, first served basis. So, and, I don't want to be judgmental that way, but that might be something that comes up. I can cover it in just a 5-minute little reply, and I might do the little personal video like this, and it may take something that takes several episodes. I will respond to everyone if you send me a message, and I just said that if it becomes an episode, or if I don't address it right away, like I said, I will respond, but I may not address it right away. It might be because I want to make that an episode, because if it's important enough that a lot of men are struggling with it, then I want to be able to share that with a greater audience. And of course, it would be you that spurred that episode, and if you'd want acknowledgement, I would do that. If not, I totally respect your privacy in that. We're all going through stuff, but not everybody can get on video, hit that record. Like I said, I've been struggling for 2 years, trying to get that hit that record button and make it be something that I'm proud to keep, call it my own. So I guess with that, I'm gonna go ahead and stop right here. But like I said, leave me a message if there's something specific you're dealing with. I've got to watch traffic. Hold on. Or not turning in. There's a major neighborhood right here that I'm crossing in front of. But I hope this video helps in some way. Again, if it's something that you'd like me to talk about, cover, shoot me a message. And I hope you have the greatest day possible. Get out there, do different things, do new things, and explore the world around us. Even if it's taking a little walk around your neighborhood, I think this particular path, I think it's about 2 miles, so it's not a whole lot. To start where you're at, you can only, make it to the front of your neighborhood or wherever you're at, do that and build into more. I guess that's not the end of my episode. But anyways, yeah, with that I will go ahead and stop. I'm going to get some music going and I might do some more. So, I hope you have a blessed day. Make it the best day possible. And use the resources that you have. And I'll catch you on the flip side.